Drama City Productions presents.
You're plugged in for the Podcast Wrestling Society, where you can get dynamic weekly pro wrestling and MMA-related content. Give us a follow on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at PODWRES Society so that you can stay in the know.
Faith is the place, and the sky's the limit.
And if you like what you hear, give us a 5-star review and hit that subscribe button.
Woo! 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 Woo!
Now, your host, he is the
one and only
Troy Adams. This episode of the Podcast Wrestling Society is dedicated to the memories of Nikolai Volkov, Brickhouse Brown, and Brian Christopher Lawler. Rest in peace.
Are you adequately prepared to tussle? It's the hottest independently run wrestling and MMA podcast in the world. It's the Podcast Wrestling Society. I'm your loving leader, benevolent host, Midwest Monster, and a true knockout in the podcasting world. I am Troy Adams, and joining me today, they are not beautiful people, but they're the best we've got. They are the Madison Rain and Velvet Sky to my Angelina Love. Give all of your love to Greg and Ramon. What up, guys?
Can I be Lacey Von Erich?
No. Who wants to be Lacey Von Erich?
I want to be Lacey Von Erich.
I want to be with her.
Yeah, I was going to say Ramon is the one. Like, the hell.
He's a little weird. You have to get used to that.
No, if you want to talk about the beautiful people, you talk about all of them.
I want to be Kip James.
What? Oh, my gosh.
He was a member of the beautiful people.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. I forgot he was for a second. He wore those, like, pink trunks with the cherries on them. Oh,
yeah.
Gosh.
Because he wasn't wearing pink trunks before.
Yeah, but these ones had cherries all over them, which made it even worse. And, like, Mike Tenay was
How's
like...
it worse than lips?
Than lips, exactly.
Cherries. I rest my case. I don't know. It's freaking Mike Tenay
Pop
was
your cherry.
Mike Tenay was trying really hard not to like say anything really derogatory about him. Like when he saw those, it was like, oh my gosh, it was really awkward. He was like, well, only Kip James would buy a pair of trunks like that. Say what?
Mike Tenay clearly doesn't like cherries.
Wow. Well, I like the girl Cherry that was in WWE with what the hell? What was that tag team?
Deuce and Domino.
Yeah, Deuce and Domino. God, yeah. Oh, excuse me.
Oh my God.
The only cherry I know is just Cherry Ball, a.k.a. Allie. Okay.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I forgot. Forgot that was her name before she went to TNA. Or excuse me, Impact Wrestling. My bad. Gosh.
Did she just get her teeth kicked in by Tessa Blanchard?
Oh, yeah, Tessa just beat the crap out of her. Which, by the way, I just found out, Tessa Blanchard, Friday, as this is being posted on Wednesday, this past Friday, Tessa Blanchard only turned 23 years old. That's crazy.
Yep. She's ridiculously young.
Yeah. Well, anyway, yeah, I like how her dad was, a member of the Four Horsemen, and her stepdad is like one of his fiercest rivals ever.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Well, what better way to get it back as your rival than stealing his wife?
Yeah. Like, your daughter calls me dad now. You get my daughter to call you dad. You get my daughter to call you daddy, I screw your wife.
This is getting weird.
What?
Yeah, just move on.
What was that Will Ferrell movie? Or like The Campaign or something like that? With him and Zach Galifianakis. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was from. I'm like paraphrasing that movie. Anyway, anybody that will not be a shirt, by the way. But for all of you that do want some brand new Podcast Wrestling Society swag, we officially have a Redbubble store. So go check out redbubble.com/people/podcast-wrestling-society. It is on our Twitter and Instagram. It has a lot of cool
It's on
T-shirts.
the gram, bro.
Bro, we have a lot of cool T-shirts. More still to come, but the ones we have for now is you can get a Podcast Wrestling Society logo T-shirt or mug, clock, whatever. It's a bunch of different stuff you could buy, a bunch of different kinds of swag. But it's got our logo that's got the wrestling ring with the podcast name on it. You can see that on our Twitter and YouTube banners. You can get What's the List, Bro? You can get Uncle Dave says plans changed. You can get a Dayton with Destiny. Yeah, Dayton.
Yeah, Dayton.
Yeah, there you go. You can get Greg's personal favorite, official Naked Midian fan club president. You can get that in a clock, by the way.
The official.
Yeah, you're the fan club president, but you can pretend to be Greg, which, I mean, take that for what you will, but you can...
He's not just a founder, he's also a member.
Yeah, there you go.
Excuse me, I am the member.
The only member, you're right.
My God. You can get Hobos Still Rule in dedication to Hobo Championship Wrestling. You can get Ramon's favorite, Hobo Effin' Wrestling.
Hobo Effin' Wrestling.
You can get Hobo Mania Running Wild. And then our third and final HCW shirt for now. It is the official HCW Hobo Championship Wrestling logo on a bunch of different kinds of swag. And then Greg's other favorite T-shirt. It is a letter to Mr. VKM, Vinnie Mac himself, from a Mark. It says, and it is written in purple crayon with backwards R's. It says, Dear Mr. Vince, I do not enjoy your product. Change it now, or I will continue to send you tersely worded letters. Signed, Mr. Mark. So there you go.
The marks, bro.
He's got the look, bro, and you can have the look, bro. Exactly. And you, too, can have the look, bro, with some of these fashionable T-shirts you can wear around town. Get a T-shirt, get a mug, travel mug, a bunch of different kinds. You can get a tank top.
And just remember, if you buy any of this stuff, TJ is going to personally call you at some point to thank you.
I will not, but I will send you a tweet saying, hey, thanks for your patronage. That's as far as I'll go.
I'll also send you a psychiatric evaluation.
Just he bought this.
How dare you insult our
cool.
swag?
It's cool swag. I'm gonna wear one of those shirts.
Yeah, so there you go. Definitely go check it out.
Yeah, the one you give to us for free.
Yeah, go check it out. They some cool stuff. I spent some time making all this stuff. Like I said, some of the stuff you can even get a wall clock with this stuff on it. So if you want everybody that checks the time in your home to know that you are part of the Naked Midian fan club, then definitely order that clock now. Or you can order Hobos Still Rule on a clock face. So who wouldn't want that?
I just have one question. When did Hobos stop ruling?
I did. They never
get on that ground floor now when it comes to Hobo Championship Wrestling.
Yeah, we're getting in.
It's gonna be huge.
Huge, big league. Believe me. Okay, you know it. I know it. Everybody knows it. Huge. Oh, man. But anyway, yeah, so that's that. Just letting you all know. And the move to Hushka, I believe, was a big success. Everything is ported over. So if all of you did not realize by now on your iTunes, you can go check us out on iTunes. Everything is changed and updated. The new episode is up there, bros. So go check it out. Or just go to Wooshka itself and check that. If you go to our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, it's all pinned up there, the latest episode. Check it out. I thought it was a very entertaining episode 1 of the reboot. I don't know about you guys.
It was very fun.
It was awesome.
Yeah,
I think we need to get a MySpace going, but that's a different story.
Yeah, make Justin Timberlake happy.
Well.
Wow. All right, well, I'm not getting a Tumblr going because that's not going to happen. No. But we have quite a bit of WWE news revolving around women today, guys. So it is a very female-centric episode.
Always down for that.
let's not get pervy with this, but, I mean, no promises. We're going to try our best, all right? So, the wording of this first story may get a little pervy for us here, but bear with me. The Wrestling Observer notes that WWE talent were, quote, strongly pushed to put over WWE's announcement of the All Women's Evolution pay-per-view. They also say that's what led to the cancellation of the previous date for a pay-per-view in late October, and it's why WWE moved the schedule around. Strongly pushed, huh? Well,
I just thought they canceled for that show in Melbourne.
Yeah, I thought so too. I didn't even think about this, but it's like, whatever, 2 shows in October or whatever. I'm not going to complain.
Yeah, they move stuff around now. Now us here in the Bay Area get TLC.
Yeah, how about that?
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I wouldn't have complained.
As far as them putting it over, like that was pretty obvious. Like every promo started with them talking about it.
I know.
But my favorite part about the Observer is, oh yeah, WWE totally pushed them to do that. Yeah, no, duh. You're not even reporting anything. You're just reporting what you saw.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like rumor has it that
same thing.
rumor has it that Finn Balor and Daniel Bryan are not tall men, says the Observer. That's going to be their next top story. Oh man.
Let's change.
Daniel Bryan's not 7 feet tall.
Wow, that does remind me. Kyle and I were there live for Raw this past week, and well, for all of you listening, it was 2 weeks ago now. But we were there live in Cincinnati, and I was trying to get a rise out of people. Like every time they had a Finn Balor thing where Baron Corbin made a stupid short joke with him, whatever. Like when he first walked up, I'm like, heck is going on? Then he walks up to that playhouse for kids, and I yelled really loudly, I get it, because he's short. Ha ha! And then I did it again when he made another joke like later on in the night about him being he made some comment about it, and I was like, because he's short. Do you get it? And like nobody.
Do you understand this joke here?
Yeah.
He's not a tall man.
Baron is tall and he is not. Like Cincinnati crowds are boring though. You can never get a rise out of them because, and I tried.
Sure, bro, he's very tall.
Yeah, well, I tried really hard all night, too, because every time Roman Reigns was showing on the screen, I cupped my hands around my mouth and I yelled, the big dog! Nobody said a word. And then when he came out...
They're not Michael Cole fans.
Yeah. Well, then I stood up, like, during his entrance, everybody stood up and most of them booed. And I stood up and I was like, yes, you all get on your feet and show this man the respect he deserves. The big dog with the big hog. And I was just, like, going off.
You're that guy at WrestleMania.
Yep.
Are you hearing this, Greg? You're hearing this, Greg? TJ is that guy.
Yeah, but this one's okay.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to get like a rise out of it. Like people are like just so boring in Cincinnati, like and Dayton.
No, it's always fun.
You don't say.
Yeah.
It's fun to like try to like get them to laugh or something, but it's always like so frustrating when they're like, "Oh, well, that is not funny. I'm going to sit here and be pissed off all the time."
Yeah. Well, there was a guy at WrestleMania. There was like 2 super marks behind us, and when that guy from NoDQ.com was cutting his promo about Roman on his way out, just like yelling over the boos, like them super marks were like, "We get it. You like Roman. Shut up and sit down." It's like, wait a minute. The guy cheering for Roman, he needs to shut up and sit down, but the rest of these marks on their feet booing their hearts out, no, they're cool. You can stand up and keep booing. Like, all right.
Yeah.
I guess that's how it works.
Part of this do you not understand?
I don't understand marks, I guess. Stephanie McMahon has fueled speculation that she could be wrestling at WWE Evolution in a recent interview with Sky Sports. Oh yeah, because if there's one thing
the main event.
Yeah, because if there's one thing we're all clamoring for, it's Stephanie McMahon to get in the ring and wrestle again.
I want to see her versus Eva Marie.
Oh,
it's going to be Stephanie McMahon versus Roman Reigns in the main event of Evolution.
Excuse me, it is Woman Waynes, and he will have lipstick on and color his hair differently, so you don't know it's him.
Did you say Woman Reigns?
Yeah, basically.
Nice.
Well, yeah, you got to get Roman in there, so you got to squeeze him in.
Jax.
Man. Wow. No, I guess, I mean, if the Samoan contingent, I guess, but furthering on the WWE Evolution storyline, or story here, Ticket Drew says that there will be more legends announced for WWE Evolution, including one or more Hall of Famers and the Bella Twins. Yay, Bella Twins!
Fair part of one or more Hall of Famers and the Bella Twins.
Yeah.
They'll be in the Hall of Fame one day.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
And the thing is, nobody's going to boo. I don't get that. Am I the only one that can't freaking stand them? I mean, I'm not talking
I'm
about...
with you on that one, dude.
I mean, I like looking at them, but that's where it ends. Like, past that, I'm like, why did, like... And the crowd, like, erupts when Nikki comes out. I'm like, she's not good. I don't know.
She's not even compelling. Like Alexa's not the best wrestler, but at least she knows what the hell she's doing out there as a character.
Yeah, at least she has some mic skills and acting skills. Neither one of these girls could act their way out of a wet paper bag.
Oh, Nikki has the dancing skills.
Yeah, she knows how to shake that rear. Shake it! Shake that rear! By God, shake it! Oh, big sweaty women. Anyway.
Wow.
That's what we're gonna...
What the hell?
At WWE Evolution, instead of big sweaty men, we're gonna have big sweaty women. Oh, yeah.
Have you guys noticed, well, obviously you were there, TJ, but you notice that during that whole announcement, it's like, the women have been oppressed, and now we're going to set them free. But you guys realize that you've been the one booking the women like crap for years.
I know.
And now you decided, maybe we're not going to book them like crap anymore because the fans yelled at us.
Yeah, right. Because Twitter blew up, we decided, maybe we should stop doing this. That sounds good. And then they're like, by the way, Stephanie McMahon invented women's wrestling, damn it.
Yeah.
And they broke the fourth wall.
There was no such thing.
Yeah, and they totally broke the fourth wall. We went from 30-second matches to main events. It's like, you booked the 30-second matches. What the hell?
Exactly.
Don't get me wrong, their talent pool
like
for the longest time sucked, but... like,
it's like this whole, they're overcoming such great adversity. And then they're like, praising themselves for like doing it. Like, you guys also booked it one way, and now you're just not booking it like crap anymore.
I know. Like... whatever. It is what it is, I guess. There's continued talks of Nikki Cross being called up to the main roster soon. She has been working SmackDown Live house shows recently and was on the stage for the announcement of the upcoming WWE Evolution event. Yeah, and she went freaking, like, she acted like a little schoolgirl that just got told, like, she got picked up by her mom and was like, hey, we got a new puppy.
She was like, oh.
Yeah, she was like jumping up and down and like flailing her arms like, yay, and like grabbing girls and like, oh my gosh, we did it. And I'm like, holy crap, just like, goodbye, kayfabe. Like, isn't she supposed to be crazy and like hate everybody? Oh, forget that. Screw it. Whatever. She's happy. Here we go.
To be fair, no one probably knows who she was besides people that watch NXT, so it wouldn't matter about kayfabe either way. Which begs
the question, why the hell was she there then? The main roster's introduction to her is some chick that dresses like she's from HCW going crazy at the corner of the stage.
Well, she's dressed like she's part of Insanity, but no one knows Insanity is either.
Yeah. You mean the job guys from SmackDown Live? Anyway. On a recent Wrestling Observer Radio, Uncle Dave speculated that WWE will take the titles off of current champions Carmella and Alexa Bliss before the all-women's pay-per-view in October because their, quote, matches have not been good, and, quote, that's tough because if you end Evolution with those two, there is going to be a struggle. Really, I mean, I agree their matches are not good. I mean, Alexa's are okay. But, I don't really think WWE gives a crap. They haven't seemed to so far.
I think Carmella's match against Becky on SmackDown was pretty good.
Oh, man. Freaking Carmella's matches have been, like, torturous for me to watch. It's just, like, so boring. I'm like, man, I had a baby during this match. Except for that one at what was it, Extreme Rules. I was like, okay, this one's short, sweet, terrible, move on.
That's because she can't carry Asuka. I'm kidding.
Wow. WWE
Yep,
is...
he did say that.
Yeah, needs to be smacked in the face with a shovel.
She's beat Charlotte and Asuka twice. You guys shut your mouths.
Oh, yeah. WWE is promoting an NXT UK women's title match for Evolution. PW Insider reports that Ginny, Toni Storm, Charlie Morgan, Rhea Ripley, Dakota Kai, and Tegan Nox will be at the new brand's first tapings this week. Man.
Should just be Tegan Nox versus Toni Storm. We'll determine who the first champion is.
I've never seen Tegan Nox work. However, I don't know. I've never seen, besides Rhea Ripley, Toni Storm, and Dakota Kai, I've never seen the other girls work. So I don't know what they can do.
Tegan Nox she's fantastic. So if you ever get a chance, look her up.
Look her up, bro. At me, bro.
Look her up, bro.
Dakota Kai is really good,
videos
too.
On the YouTubes, bro. Act like you know what you're talking about.
Wow. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm a fan of Dakota Kai in more ways than one. Rhea Ripley has a good upside to her. Charlie Morgan and Ginny, I don't know anything about them. And Toni Storm's obviously great. So, I don't know. We'll have to see where it goes. And for the Mae Young Classic here, the newest news, I'm going to take a stab at this name here. Zexus? I don't know. Her.
Texas?
Starts with a Z. Zexus, I guess. I don't know. Isla Dawn or Isla Dawn. I don't know. Lacey Lane, Kieran Q, Toni Storm, and Japanese wrestling veteran Miko Satomura have become the latest additions to the Mae Young Classic. 11 spots still remain.
Telling you guys, Toni Storm's going to win. It doesn't matter who else they name.
You think Toni Storm's going to... Well,
Yep.
freaking Greg's picking Mia Yim.
Of course he is. So he's a mark. But anyways, Toni Storm's going to win. And she's going to beat Baszler like she should have a couple weeks ago on that UK thing.
The guy who took 1 million pictures of Joey Ryan tonight just called Greg a mark. Cool.
Hey, you brought Joey Ryan. You want to talk about the matches he had tonight?
No, I don't. We're in
the referee got the blow pop in his mouth, bro.
Oh my lord!
It went from crotch to mouth to mouth.
Enjoy your hepatitis. Yep. That's just
the blow pop.
If only it was hepatitis.
Oh my gosh! Hepatitis, HIV, AIDS, gonorrhea.
My son got a Joey Ryan toy. I got a Joey Ryan T-shirt.
Man, I hope you bleach the hell out of that toy before he ever plays with it.
He didn't.
Nope. I hope it Garrett Rituals.
Man, he's gonna hate you someday.
He's actually a very cool. He's actually a very cool guy. The old Joey Ryan thing is just a character.
His opinions on wrestling just makes me hate him. I don't know. I'm sure in real life he's perfectly fine. I mean I don't know, but he seems cool to his fans.
He's a great wrestler too.
Joey Ryan, extra large condom, go up on.
He looks like he looks like a cinnamon roll just popped open and had pubic hair thrown all over him. God dang. He's disqualified from being a good wrestler because he's a comedy piece of crap, mother effer.
But yeah, I don't know.
Coming from the Young Bucks fan.
The Young Bucks do way less comedy in the ring than him. I will say, I saw this clip. I don't know if it was recent or if I was just now seeing it, but there was this clip where the Elite were all doing the too sweet to one another, and they were trying to get Tiger Otori, the referee, to join in with them. And they kept like trying to get him to come in and too sweet, and then he just like does the crotch chop at him, and they like flip out.
Shouldn't care about the referee.
Yeah, but anyway, back to WWE news.
Real quick. Speaking of the Young Bucks and Joey Ryan and women's wrestling, this week is the 4-year anniversary of the world's cutest tag team, Joey Ryan and Candice LeRae, beating the Young Bucks for the PWG Tag Team Championships.
Yeah, after the Young Bucks wore boots with like thumbtacks stuck to the bottom of them, and they super kicked the crap out of LeRae and had her sporting the crimson mask.
Yeah, she was bleeding profusely. There's T-shirts for it. They're pretty cool.
That's sick. Yeah, that's
just tougher than you. That's what the shirt says. They'd be like, look, we're going to put this boot on with a bunch of thumbtacks stuck to the bottom of it, and we're going to kick you in the face. And I'd be like, oh, well, you can kiss my ass. Like, that's not going to happen. And she took it, and she won the match.
Yeah, how about that? That's the last women's story I have. Well, there's one later on, sort of, that doesn't really matter. But anyway, the expectation right now is that Roman Reigns is winning the Universal title from Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, but there is apparently concern over how the match will be received in Brooklyn, considering the recent crowds. They're going to be booed. Duh.
It's going to be booed, and then when Kevin Owens cashes in his Money in the Bank, it'll be cheered, and then we'll all be happy.
Oh, God, please, can that happen? Can all of this happen, please? I know Greg's going to be pissed, but you like Kevin Owens, too, so you'll get over it.
Craig,
Oh, man.
Craig, an internet darling is going to take away your precious Roman Reigns again via the Money in the Bank. So just get used to it now.
First time it was via stomp to the face. This time it's going to be via pop-up powerbomb.
Yeah, you guys act like Owens is really going to win that match. You guys are cute.
Yeah, I know.
He's
winning that match? Hell no, he ain't.
Man, I know he's not, but by God, that would be like, swerve, bro.
He's going to win. I'm telling you guys right now.
I'm not going to bet money on it, but I'm not saying I wouldn't lose my crap over it, because by God, I would. No, no offense to Braun Strowman. I love to see when people can get these hands. But speaking of him,
Get these hands.
we didn't get a dark match in Cincinnati, by the way. What we got was Jinder Mahal, Kevin Owens, and Sunil Singh coming out again and talking crap for us.
Lucky you.
Yeah, they talked crap for a hot second. Braun Strowman came right out. Owens bailed. Mahal got knocked down. Sunil Singh got freaking power slammed, and then Braun Strowman posed shirtless for the crowd for 10 minutes.
How is Strowman the face in the situation when everything Kevin Owens said on Raw is 1,000% correct?
Because logic, okay? God, Ramon.
He goes, F you, that's why.
Yeah.
Got a point.
Speaking of what happened on Raw in Cincinnati, here you go. Ticket Drew says that Elias will be in New York City playing songs from his just-released album, and that could include a performance at SummerSlam. How about
please.
that? Yeah, I know Greg would be touching himself during that performance.
He's going to be touching himself regardless of the performance or not. But
Well, I can perform.
I'm surprised you didn't use that.
he's done.
Surprised you didn't use that line we kept using for WrestleMania weekend, Greg, when I said the thing about Elias might perform at SummerSlam, and you're like, my apologies to the people in front of me. Andrade
Someone realizes that Foley's bar.
Yeah. Andrade Cien Almas is in line for a big push on SmackDown after impressing officials during his July 17th match with AJ Styles, per PW Insider. Well,
impressive on SmackDown a week ago. Have they never seen him wrestle in the 2 years he's wrestling for them?
I know. I don't think he's ever had a stinker of a match. Ever. Especially since
who is this?
Zelina
Who is
came
this
on.
guy, pal? I've never seen him in my life.
Who the hell is this Mexican? We need ourselves a pretty Mexican.
A sweaty Mexican.
And that cute
been a
little
while.
that cute little chica he's got with him. What is she, 12 years old? By God, TV material. Oh man, but
Stay away from that one.
I ain't touching that one either.
She's super small. Come on. But yeah. So anyway, but yeah, he's impressive every freaking week. So I'm actually. Hell, I was impressed with a damn Sin Cara match for the first time in years. So there you go.
I forgot Sin Cara was on the roster.
Yeah.
I forgot R-Truth was on the roster.
Yeah.
I learned a lot of stuff last couple weeks on SmackDown.
Right? Yeah. There's more to come that you're going to learn here, too. That kind of shocked me, but we'll get to it in a moment. By the way, Ramon, I should have had you say Andrade Cien Almas' name because you're more qualified than I am for various reasons.
Andrade Cien Almas. I can't get the Mas part right.
Yeah, see, I did it better. And
Yeah, right.
Per Russell
Shut
Votes.
up, lady.
Per Russell Votes, Randy Orton definitely pushed for his recent heel turn. From what I heard, he's
been crying for that for years.
Yeah, I was going to say, from what I heard, he hates being a babyface. And he's like, every time they want to switch him face, he just complains until they switch him back.
Randy complaining? No, never.
Yeah, well, I thought he was easy to work with. breaking my heart here.
That was a great promo, though.
Yeah, most of the time. You remember when he was doing that whole, in case you don't know, my name is Randy Orton. He did that for like...
No, I haven't paid attention to a Randy Orton promo in like 10 years, so no, I don't remember this.
Greg, do you remember that? No.
When he was hurt?
No, it was like 4 years ago, I think. Might have been longer than that. I'm losing track of time. But there for a while, like every single week, he'd come out and he'd start his promo with, in case you don't know, I am Randy Orton. And he started every promo like that. Like, we know, dude. You've been here for like over 10 years. Like, who doesn't know who you are? And this was at the same time, by the way, that Alberto Del Rio was saying his own name, and then he'd say, but you already knew that. And I'm like, then why are you telling us? Everybody just
hold on. You guys getting upset about somebody saying their own name? Aren't you both Adam Cole marks?
Adam Cole, baby!
Well, he does that for emphasis with the crowd, not in promos.
Yeah, exactly.
Adam Cole finishes to his own name.
Well, yeah. In bed, when he's done,
he yells his own name out.
Yeah, he pops up and he's like, Adam Cole, baby! And then his girlfriend...
Say my name.
And he says, say my name to himself. He looks in the mirror and goes, say my name. Adam Cole, baby.
Adam Cole, baby.
I wonder if he
finally chokes himself.
I wonder if he whispers that in his girlfriend's ear just at random times. Like they go in for a hug.
He doesn't whisper the baby part. He yells it in her ear.
I found out something creepy because his girlfriend, Britt Baker, there posted this picture all over freaking social media. It's super weird. Adam Cole wears a Speedo on the beach. That's how you know he's a real...
That's the weird part of the fact that you follow all of her social medias.
I don't follow them. They just kept popping up because actually...
It's just Twitter or whatever.
Actually, I follow Adam Cole, and since she tagged him, that kept freaking popping up in my timeline. I'm like, why? But yeah, so he's a real Florida beach bum. He wears Speedos and has long hair.
Come meet the real bums.
The real bro.
Oh, well, you know where Adam Cole's going next.
Yeah. Oh my! Shut up. It took me a second.
Stay tuned.
Hashtag stay tuned, baby. Here you guys go for WrestleMania 35. The Rock is leaning towards wrestling again soon, maybe even at WrestleMania 35, and will be making some WWE appearances soon. This all according to Ticket Drew.
Just give us The Rock and Triple H. Just one time.
I know.
Before they both can't walk.
Yeah, I know. Like, Triple H is already about as slow as I ever want to see him be in a wrestling ring, and The Rock...
How can you tell the difference? It's how he's been his entire career, but go ahead.
Yeah, but now it looks like he's not purposely being slow. It looks like he doesn't have a choice. Like,
He's physically limited.
Yeah, like, there are sometimes you can tell that, like, he's just like, man, I need to get back in the ring, get in everything. Like, he's in incredible shape, but just like when it comes to in-ring work, like, obviously he hasn't been doing as much.
More cardio thing.
Yeah, so there you go. I mean, and there's a difference. I mean, people can say it's like, well, you can run on the treadmill all freaking day, but it's totally different when you get in that ring. So
Triple H does that all the time too.
Yeah. So I mean,
it's like whenever like WrestleMania rolls around, he always has some like dark match or a house show match or something like.
Yeah.
Leading into WrestleMania.
Yeah. And I just like how him and Cena had like the worst match I've seen them have ever. And it wasn't a bad match. It was just like compared to their other work, it wasn't as good at the Greatest Royal Rumble. And like Triple H is
like paid by numbers.
Yeah. Yeah, basically it was like, let's do all of our high spots, pal. And then, get out.
Exactly.
And then, I love how, like, Triple H was moving, like, super slow, like, more than usual. And they can mask it because they're, like, slow and methodical. I'm like, yeah, that's it.
That's what's going on here.
Yeah.
But anyways, I know I just crapped all over him, but I just want to see him versus The Rock one time.
I know.
Beat The Rock.
Hell no. Well,
Rock didn't
I don't know.
wrestle for WCW. He's not going to bury The Rock.
Oh my God, you said it. You freaking said it. We all know it, but you said it. Like, wow. Okay. I mean, when you look at, like, I didn't honestly think about it until you look at the track record of Triple H through the years. It's like Scott Steiner, Booker T, Sting, Jericho, and I'm like, wow. Wow. Okay. I mean, don't get me wrong. He should have beat Scott Steiner, but I'm just saying. Oh man, that yeah. Let's But I mean, Triple H is at this point in his career, though. I mean, back to him being slow and whatever in the ring. He's at this point in his career where you just want to see Triple H. You know, it doesn't matter really what he does. You just kind of want to see him. Here you guys go. Here's a story that'll keep you awake for sure. James Ellsworth never signed a contract with WWE upon his return, but the expectation is that he could be brought back any time that the company feels like they can use him. Why would they ever feel like they can use him?
That is James effing Ellsworth, man.
Well, somebody said he's going to come back as a luchador under a mask as Ellsworth.
Ellsworth.
Wow.
Yeah, there you go. Contrary to prior...
They're gonna light him on fire, bro.
What the hell? That's what they should have done. Paige, when she fired him, should have been like, light him on fire, then he's gone forever, bro. Contrary to prior reports, PW Insider now says that Jason Jordan has not been medically cleared and is still sidelined with a neck issue.
Oh, man.
Okay, next story.
Oh, just wow. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. Oh, well, can't mourn forever. Anyway, here's another story. Here's another story that's just like three of them in a row, man. Just like boom, boom. TMZ says that Nikki Bella has again moved out of John Cena's house. She's looking for a 4-bedroom, $1 million home in San Diego. There you go. To be near Brie and, quote, figure herself out. Maybe she
can sneak back into his house.
I don't know. Maybe she should, figure out how to be a good wrestler and, get a personality. Then she can, think about John.
How dare you?
Is that a little too on the nose? Like, I don't know.
She had a personality. She'd be Brie Bella.
Wow. Oh, man. WWE is already working on ideas for SmackDown's 1,000th episode in October, says PW Insider. Are they going to do something big like Raw 1000? Or
someone getting rock bottom, but then what's the point?
Man, The Rock should by all rights be there. The show is literally named after his catchphrase.
It's his show.
Yeah.
It's a Rock show.
Actually, it's his Styles show now.
Yeah, that's the house that AJ Styles built. Oh, man.
He already built it, but it's Paige's house, though.
Yeah. That's a house that he built, but it's Paige's house, but it's Rock's show. Man, it's really confusing over on SmackDown.
And it takes place on Rusev Day, which is insane.
Yeah.
That is insane.
And Lana Day. It all comes together, man.
Oh, yeah.
By the end of 2019, WWE may expand the number of NXT TakeOver events to 8 per year, according to Barn Burner's No Holds Barred podcast.
Good. Order that down, too.
Oh, good. Who the hell is this source?
I was going to say 8 a year I don't think that's too bad, but I don't know. We'll see where it goes, but yeah. Last story I really wanted to go over real quick. I'm just going to brush through it real quick. For all of the doubters and the haters out there of WWE, although profit margins did not meet analyst expectations, the news had to be considered an overall positive coming out of WWE's second quarter business release. Just going over a couple of the numbers here. The revenue is reported at $281.6 million. And they finished with $10 million in profits. The positive results saw the stock at $85.01, an all-time record at this point in time. Oh, no.
They're hurting. Now's the time to strike.
Yeah, they're going out of business. What do we do?
Stay tuned.
Hashtag stay tuned. My gosh, the stupidity of these people. Man, they're going out of business. They're hurting. Like, they're literally going all up, and like literally every facet of the company is going up. The key aspect of a big jump in their profits actually came from the Saudi Arabia deal.
How much revenue are they going to go up when fucking Fox pays them $1 trillion for Vinny's Fun Time Tuesday shows?
Wow. Also, profits from the media division are significantly higher, likely due to the Saudi deal. Man, there's a lot of stuff. They got a UK and India TV deal as well that brought in a lot of money. Just in literally every metric, they're flying high, going through the roof, man. So whatever.
All because AJ Styles.
Yeah. Well, hey.
He's the face that runs the place.
He is. He's the champ that runs the camp. But that is that. So I guess before we move on to news from other places, let's should we go over the list, bro?
Bro, yay!
This is a top 5 list this week, only because Greg and I were talking about it a few days ago. It's like we didn't want to water down our list with this. Like, well, we had to go with 10, so I guess we'll throw this one on there. We actually wanted the 5 best. So it is the 5 best wrestling talk shows in history. And because I am the host of the show, I guess I shall go first, y'all. There we go. Number 5, I said A Flair for the Gold. Some historic things happen on there. And
the debut of the Shockmaster, enough said.
Exactly. Debut of the old. Yeah, like you and wow. You and I, Greg, were talking about this, the debut of the Shockmaster, Paul Roma being added to the Four Horsemen. Like, man, they're batting 1,000.
Yeah.
Yep. Lots of cool stuff. All right. Number 4, the Brother Love Show. I mean, we can make fun of it all we want, but
any reason to get Bruce Pritchard on isn't it?
Get your lipstick ready.
Wow. Well, I mean, come on. Think about, like, the historical value, like, stuff that actually happened on the show. That's the other, because, honestly, I didn't even consider that until I started looking back, and it's like, you know, different stuff that happened on the show. Okay, you can add it. And, like I said, it has to be top 5, so there you go. Number 3, I said Miz TV. Lots of cool stuff happened on there. Yeah, lots of cool stuff happens on Miz TV. It has become the talk show in wrestling today. It's the only one they got, except for when Jericho makes a very rare appearance and decides to have a highlight reel. So, speaking of which, number 2, the guy who Miz stole his almost everything from there for a while, I said Chris Jericho's highlight reel.
The highlight of the night, baby.
Yeah, this, I mean, that show speaks for itself. A lot of cool things went down there. A lot of feuds set up. A lot of cool angles went down there. And Jericho's the man, so there. I like
Shawn Michaels' face went to the Geritron in Oakland, which was awesome.
The insanely expensive Geritron 5000. And then, of course, number 1, what else would it be other than Piper's Pit?
Oh, man, I thought you were going to say Cafe de Rene.
What the hell? In the running was Carlitos Cabana, so there's that. So didn't Cesaro have?
Dude, you're burying the lead.
Wow, didn't Cesaro have like a show there for a minute, or am I remembering that wrong? I can't remember. Like
I think he said a theme song, an odd theme song.
If he had a show, maybe it had to be in all 5 languages.
Yeah. Well, maybe, I don't know. Maybe we could have added, I'm trying to think of some other, there's the flower shop, you know, that was, Adrian Adonis' show.
We got 2 more lists to get through.
Yeah. All right. Well, those are our honorable mentions. But yes, we will take a break here real quick, let you know about another great podcast here on the Drama City Productions Podcast Network. When we come back, we will cover news from elsewhere, bros. Be right back.
Small Town Mentality Podcast with your host, Ben. A podcast about nothing and everything. A podcast where we get together with friends, drink beer, and see where the conversation takes us. We don't edit. We don't care what people say. It's small town people with a small town mentality. It gets offensive at times, lots of swearing, and a whole lot of not caring. Available everywhere you get podcasts. You can find us on Twitter at STMPod, on Instagram at STMPodcast, and on Facebook at Small Town Mentality Pod. We'll see you there.
Now we are back to talk about news from the wrestling world outside of the Big E. This one I know is Greg's favorite portion of the show. We're talking Impact Wrestling.
We already did. We're talking about Tessa Blanchard. Now we can move on.
Wow. Yeah, that is the story, I guess. Well, actually, according to Cage Side Seats, the numbers are in for the July 26th episode of Impact Wrestling, and viewership showed a modest increase. The viewer total was up to... they were 299,000, up from 275,000. According to the coveted 18 to 49 demographic, the rating numbers ticked up to 0.07. This was the fallout from Slammiversary, which was a well-received show. I actually want to go back and watch it because it looked like it was a decent show.
Yay.
I've literally never said that about it. Yeah, I've literally never said that about an Impact show, by the way, but kind of wanted to watch it. The venue they were in looked really cool, I'll say that. They had a crap ton of lights and LED boards and whatever the hell else, so good for them. Last Impact story, Bound for Glory 2018 will be held at the Melrose Ballroom in Queens, New York, on Sunday, October 14th.
I wonder if Large William will be on that show.
William XL.
William XL.
My gosh.
The real one.
Yeah. Man, take us to the most common part of Queens. Oh, cool. Bound for Glory's going on there tonight. Mother of God. This one is a... we move on to the news from elsewhere besides Impact here. This one, both of our stories are actually PWG themed, which I'm sure you're super happy about there, Ramon.
Of course. It's premier California wrestling organization.
Yeah. Well, this first one is bad for you guys, I guess. PWG tweeted that Matt Riddle will not be working the Battle of LA this year, as previously announced. Another sign that he could be WWE or New Japan bound.
The King of Bros was actually my pick to win the Battle of LA. I don't know if you saw, but I guess CZW has a show come up in a week or so. They said, come see Matt Riddle on the last indie show before going to WWE. They straight up put that on the flyer.
Wow,
so
really?
Like WWE is where he's going. Yeah.
I wonder if he must have saw all the zeros on the check they were willing to give him, and he's like, you know what? Maybe I can give up weed for a little bit.
He's still be smoking the dog. He just has to do it less frequently.
Yeah. Well, speaking of the Battle of LA, that is our last story here from elsewhere, or second to last story, actually. Pro Wrestling Guerrilla has revealed the first round matchups for this year's Battle of Los Angeles. Night 1 is on September 14th. Non-tournament match that will go on that night is Walter and Timothy Thatcher versus Elijah Dragunov and Shingo Takagi, whatever. I don't know these people.
I was saying, I know Thatcher and Walter; those guys are really good. I don't know who their opponents are there, but
I know
hitting really hard and
I know that first team. Yeah. Well, the actual tournament matches here: PCO versus Brody King, SEMA versus Jody Fleisch, Bandito versus T-Hawk, Joey Janela versus David Starr, Flamita versus Puma King, and Ray Horace versus Adam Brooks. Night 2 is on September... is it going...
I know like 2 of those guys.
I know some of them. Night 2 on September 15th. Non-tournament match will be Bandito, Flamita, and Ray Horace versus SEMA, Desmond Xavier, and Zachary Wentz. The tournament matches are Walter versus Timothy Thatcher, who we just talked about is teaming up the night before. Travis Banks versus Shingo Takagi. Ilja Dragunov, I guess, or Isla Dragunov, I don't know, versus Jonah Rock. Jeff Cobb versus Darby Allin, whatever. DJZ versus Robbie Eagles, and Chris Brooks versus Trevor Lee, who, by the way, replaced the King of Bros.
Trevor Lee, the former NXT champion.
Or no, Trevor Lee. Trevor Lee is the former X Division champion for Impact. He was.
What did I say? NXT champion. I meant X Division. X Division champion. Yeah.
But yeah, Trevor Lee apparently is the replacement for Matt Riddle.
Yeah. Cobb almost won it last year. He was in the finals with Ricochet.
Yeah.
I think Cobb has a good chance, or Trevor Lee has a good chance of winning this thing.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. I mean, if he's working for Ring of Honor, I don't know how much he's going to be doing PWG, but, I mean, he could go back and forth in theory, so you never know.
Yeah, well, I mean, with him he might be, like you just said, might be leaving PWG soon.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean they won't put him over.
Right, yeah. Well, night 3, the non-tournament match, the only one announced right now, PWG Tag Team Champions, the Rascals, which is Desmond Xavier and Zachary Wentz, will defend against the Lucha Brothers, Pentagon Jr. and Phoenix. That should be a good match.
Those guys are sick, so that match is probably going to be tight.
3/4 of them are Impact guys.
Oh, yeah.
The second to last story I have here isn't exactly a big one, but, whatever. Bandito, who I mentioned earlier, is involved in the Battle of LA shows, has been announced for All In. Yay.
He's all in, bro.
Yeah.
Speaking of All In, normally the Battle of LA is Labor Day weekend, which is the same weekend that All In's going to be, so that's why it's later in September.
Really?
The 14th, 15th. Yeah, typically it's the first weekend of September.
Well,
neither one of these shows.
I was going to say.
Battle of Sense isn't really televised, is it?
No, it's always, I think, maybe streamed, and then they'll release it on DVD.
Does PWG actually stream their stuff live now?
I'm not sure. Maybe somewhere.
Because last I heard, because Cody was talking about this when he did a show for them not too long ago, he said the thing with PWG is he's like, if you're not there, then, you don't get to watch it until the DVD comes out.
Yeah,
so.
They're very, old school like that. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't stream it at all.
Yeah, I don't think they have a streaming.
You guys catch it on YouTube and stuff later.
Yeah. I've caught little clips here and there, but usually the only stuff people post from PWG is just comedy haha crap that's going to go viral. There was one, I don't know if this was PWG or not, but where 500 people kept hitting RKOs one right after the other. But yeah.
But usually whenever you see indie wrestling go viral, it's always some comedy haha stuff anyways. You never see amazing wrestling go viral.
Yeah, once in a blue moon, but yeah, you're right. And then everybody always tags Jim Cornette in it hey Jim, I bet this'll piss you off. And it does.
This is ruining the day.
Yeah. Well, that thing I brought up to you guys last week where the fat guy set his leg on fire and then did the leg drop off the second rope and then couldn't figure out how to put himself out. So, yeah, Jim Cornette commented on that and he was like, I hope he burned to death.
He set himself on fire, and you didn't even bother to learn his name.
No, I don't think anybody knows his name.
Bro.
He was set him on
the
fire.
Fat guy who set himself on fire, bro.
We're gonna set him on fire. He's gone forever. By the way, that is a T-shirt that shall be coming to Redbubble soon. Look for it, bro. But you should have heard Jim Cornette. I hope he burned to death. Stupid Andy Backyard Mud Show, mother effer. But yeah, so.
Double cheese.
What the hell?
The guy who fell off a scaffold and broke both of his own ankles because, high spots.
Oh my gosh. Freaking, remember when New Jack said he was literally trying to kill Vic Grimes by throwing him off the scaffolding? Yeah, that was something. Anyway.
No one says pro like New Jack, but go on.
Yeah, nothing says just consummate professional like New Jack himself. Mr. Switchblade. But anyway, I'm sorry, that's Jay White. Anyway.
Just Mr. Triple Jay White.
Yeah. The Wrestling Observer reports this story will actually be pertinent to you guys. Tickets for the upcoming New Japan Pro Wrestling Fighting Spirit Unleashed event will be going on sale this week. New Japan announced that tickets will go on sale on August 1st, which, if you are listening to this podcast, they are already on sale. That is today, starting at 10 a.m. Eastern time, 10 a.m. Pacific time. That is, I'm not good at time zones. 1 a.m. or 1 p.m. 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. Prices will start at $50 and will go up as high as $300 for Arena Premium Gold seats. Those who get the Premium Gold or Silver tickets will receive a currently unknown limited edition gift. This will be the third show that New Japan has run in California this year. Fighting Spirit Unleashed will take place on September 30th at the Walter Pyramid. Walter!
Walter, starring Walter as well.
Yeah, I hope he's on the show just so they can play off of that. Are you guys planning on going to that event?
No, that's all the way down in LA. Doubt it.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, yeah, I don't know if I'd go to that.
If it was a week later during, when Survivor Series is in LA, maybe, but.
Yeah.
Hell no, because that'd be NXT.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but if it was on Thursday or something, that would have been perfect.
By the way.
They're going to skip War Games for that. No.
Yeah, I wouldn't skip War Games for anything. It's look, I'll catch my sister's wedding next time, okay? This is War Games.
But all the butt-slapping super kicks.
Well, hell yeah. High spots, bro. I do have to ask you guys this, because you guys went to the Cow Palace, obviously, and you guys were kind of commenting on this a little bit, but Bruce Pritchard was talking about how much they had to dress up like arenas back in the day, like Trump Plaza.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, and he was talking about, he said the Cow Palace was not a beautiful building. We had to do a lot of work on it. Is that true? Is it kind of a crap hole?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a big old stink hole.
Man, it looked great on WWE TV. They must have really put a new coat of paint on it or something, just dressed it up real good. But
they shot it. They shot it on its good side.
What the hell? All right. Well, that is all I got from the news from elsewhere, bro. So I guess it's time for the list, Ramon style.
Oh, I'm so ready to list all over the place.
Oh my gosh, that is not a shirt, by the way.
What the hell?
Did you even list on me?
What the hell?
All right, guys.
We do not have that shirt, but you can go on Redbubble right now and on our store that I mentioned earlier on the podcast, and you can get What's the List, Bro? And soon, also coming to Redbubble, is Do You Even List, Bro?
That's the best one.
Oh, yeah. So check those out, and yes, they definitely are written in the Jersey Shore font. So there you go.
It better be.
Hell yeah, bro. But all right, what you got?
Bro. Okay, I try to go a little outside the box, so instead of the generic wrestling talk shows. So, number 5, I have the Abraham Washington Show.
Mother of God.
With Tony Atlas as his sidekick.
I don't know what to do with that.
It's the only thing I can frickin' think of. Yeah. Oh my gosh, you freaking said that. What the hell?
What? It was a great show.
Okay, yeah.
I don't believe that.
Until he got fired for making a Kobe Bryant in a hotel reference.
That's just what it was, dude. It was a rape joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
literally
what it was.
I was trying to clean it up, but yeah, it was a rape joke. But go ahead.
Okay, number 4, I have... Actually, that wasn't during his show, by the way. That was during the match. Whatever. Anyways.
Yeah.
Number 4, I have Unfiltered. What was that?
I guess that makes it excusable, then.
Yeah, so that had nothing to do with the talk show.
Yeah.
Anyways, number 4, I have
hairs.
Unfiltered with Renee Young.
Oh, is that what is that?
It was like a talk show on the WWE Network where she would just sit down for like 10, 20 minutes and just talk to wrestlers. Pretty much like outside of kayfabe.
Breaking kayfabe, bro.
Number 3, this show only lasted, I think, 4 episodes, but I had the Bobby Heenan show.
Oh, man. I've never seen it, but I've heard of it.
That's also
all we had on there was Heenan family members, so.
Well, of course. Who else would he have on there?
Well, yeah, but then he also had like those chicks he tried to make dance, the hogs, I think was he called.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's right. That's the one I heard about. It's when he had the Hog sisters.
Yeah,
and
then
he
had he had that guy that was like supposed to be messing with him. Like Vince hired him just to mess with Bobby Heenan, and Heenan didn't know anything about it, so like completely unscripted.
Yeah, and they kept making fat jokes at the chicks the whole time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Number 2, I have Vinnie Mac himself as the host, Tuesday Night Titans.
Oh man, yeah.
Wow.
Like that's.
Yeah.
Was that the one where it looked like an actual talk show set?
It was, yeah.
It was a talk show, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Mother.
I mean, we all know the
content,
real.
pal.
We all know the real number 1 answer, and I mean that'd be kind of boring to say, but I went with the now canceled, but always in our hearts, Talking Smack.
Yeah,
that's not really canceled. It's just once in a while.
Yeah,
it's canceled. Now it's just Talking Extreme Rules, or whatever the hell they want to call it.
It's signed on for for less dates, bro.
Yeah,
same money, less dates.
But that Miz promo alone made that thing fantastic.
Oh yeah, that and then. Well, what about freaking Eric Rowan going on there and like creeping everybody out, like just being
with his mask.
Yeah, just being random and weird.
The Usos were really good on it too.
Who?
The Usos.
Oh yeah, they were good. I like their. At the one point I was like, really? Are they seriously doing like white guy impressions right now? Like, you remember that?
When they kept making fun of Dan Bryan.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, okay, but. Yeah, I mean, anytime the Usos are on the mic, it's gold. So maybe they could. Not saying Roman's bad because he's got some good stuff, but I think the Usos could give him a few pointers.
Especially their unscripted stuff.
Yeah, I would assume so. How can you write that crap for them, and how could they remember all of it?
No, that's them.
Yeah. Well, the one thing, speaking of Roman, while I'm thinking about it, it was a big thing on the internet not too long ago. I guess during the G1. Recently, people were like, all right, after this, and I didn't think it was that bad. I thought it was a stupid line, but they were like, okay, this was Kenny Omega coming up with this line on his own. So it's like, I don't want to hear anybody say he's better than Roman doing the suffer and succotash thing, which wasn't even his line. It was written for him. Freaking Kenny Omega, during a post-match interview, looked at Kota Ibushi and said, you are affecting my average star rating.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
If they're actually referencing the star rating.
The freaking Young Bucks call their finisher the Meltzer driver. So there you go.
Yeah, but that was like, kind of a meta joke, like ha ha, but like does the star rating like actually bother them or get them excited?
I don't know. From what I heard, Johnny Gargano in the past, and I don't know, I really hope he was like mocking it, but people were saying it's like, no, dude, he was like serious about it. When he said that his goal was to get a 5-star match, and I'm like, by whose standards? I assume you're talking Uncle Dave.
Dave's?
Yeah, I don't know.
I know there's other wrestling podcasts besides ours, which I don't know, I'm surprised, but
lies.
I don't know, but apparently like Edge and Christian have one. I don't know, whatever. Edge and Christian, they don't even give stars, they give Garganos. So they give 5 Garganos for every match.
What the hell? I would give super kicks.
Rating.
I would give it super kicks, a 5 super kick rating.
The Bucks get 1 super kick.
Super click.
Oh, speaking of super kick, that's how Joey Ryan won tonight via the walk-off super kick.
Why? Why does he do a super kick? Shouldn't he just like...
Because...
If I were him, my finishing move would be like how Naomi does the rear view, but instead of like doing it with my butt, I'd turn around and do it with my crotch.
Oh, like a Luthez Prez to their face?
Basically. I think I would like for his gimmick that would work perfect.
That would be perfect.
His
and
gimmick.
They just sell it for hella log. And they're unconscious.
His gimmick is he has a steel dong.
Yep.
That's and he's a walking STD. But that's beside the point. Anyway. But yeah, good list, bro.
Thank you.
You shall be dropping off after this. Greg and I, the show must go on, so Greg and I will continue on with the news from the MMA world. But, yeah, we're going to take
Ramon's got to run. He's got HCW tryouts. So.
I got to get the word out.
It's getting the word out, bro.
Put in the boots on the ground, bros.
Boots on the ground, tents in the cities, bro. Got to pop up the tents under the overpass. Got to scout, bro. You got to infiltrate the tent cities. Like, Greg and I were talking about this earlier. I made a reference. You know, there's a big problem here in Cincinnati where there's been this huge tent city that popped up that they made everybody leave so that they could sanitize the area. And they said, well, they just left. Some of them went here, some of them went there, and others we don't know where they went. Well, hashtag stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
We know where the hobos went. But anyway, are people going to think we're like making fun of the homeless here? Because, I mean, I'm not trying to, but this is just like...
I hope that's not what people would think, but, you know, if they do, then they're marks.
It's a joke, people. Like setting a mother effer on fire.
It's not a joke. He really is launching this place. It's not a joke.
Yeah.
This is real.
Yeah. This is real. They will debut on, what, TBS? Whatever. They will have a huge show on TBS. They're going to TNT, right?
Well, it's one of those two, yeah.
One of the
I
Turner
TBS
stations.
was the golden child.
One of them. But
whatever, it's going to get the show that's going to crush WWE. That's all I know.
Exactly. They're going head-to-head with Raw 4 hours. They're going to start an hour earlier. Oh, man.
Oh, please, yes. 4 hours.
4 hours of hobos.
Wrestling.
Just smacking each other with moldy sandwiches. But anyway, we're going to be right...
I'll pay to see that.
We're going to go tell you about another great podcast here on the Drama City Productions Podcast Network. Thank you for joining us today, Ramon.
Thank you.
And Greg and I will be back to tell you all about UFC and, well, actually just UFC news because there's literally no news from elsewhere in the MMA world. We'll be right back.
Drama City Productions presents.
Hey, it's Ben here, host of the Regular Stories podcast, a podcast where I interview interesting people about their lives. These are not celebrities. They're not the elite. These are regular people, and these are their stories. You can follow us on Facebook at Regular Stories and on Instagram at Regular Stories. We are everywhere that you can get a podcast. We are on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, TuneIn, just about everywhere else. Look up Regular Stories Podcast.
Well, we are back, minus Ramon. It's just Greg and I, as we mentioned. Ramon had to go, meet a certain promoter and have his tryout for a certain hobo-centric wrestling federation. So he couldn't be he couldn't join us for the rest of this.
Well, he probably wore his Ohio State hat to it, though. So
he has an Ohio State hat?
Yes.
Why?
I don't know.
Not that I'm complaining, but that's just kind of random.
He's a huge mark for that team. I don't know why.
Wow. Yet everybody here in Cincinnati craps on them. Like, because apparently Cincinnati is the one area of Ohio where they don't care about Ohio State. They like their tiny little colleges, UC and Xavier, like whatever, which doesn't even have a football team, by the way. And UC, I guess you can say they have a football team.
Skin, bro.
Wow. The hell. Well, we are recording this after UFC on Fox. Alvarez versus Poirier. Is that Poirier?
Dustin Diamond Poirier.
Poirier 2. All right. So is the rematch, bro. Rematch.
Oh, and it was something.
Yeah, well, let's just get into it. Do you want to cover just the main card, or do you want to go over, like, the prelim card?
I didn't watch the prelim, so yeah, let's just do the main card.
Okay.
I just finished the main card.
I can barely pronounce some of these names on the main card, let alone the prelim card, so I'm not going to the prelim card there. And speaking of which, out of the prelim, there was a TKO, a submission, and 2 decisions. So on the main card, there was decision, TKO. The first fight was a lightweight fight. Did you see Alexander Hernandez defeated Olivier Aben Mercier, I guess?
Yeah, I couldn't pronounce his last name either. Yeah, I saw it.
Okay, yeah, that one went to a decision. It was a unanimous decision.
It was decent. Fight.
It was a unanimous decision, but the scoring was a little off. The first judge had it 30-27, and then it was 29-28, 29-28.
Yeah, so it was,
it's
split decision.
Yeah. But second fight, scoring was the same across the board. It was unanimous. It was a unanimous decision in 3 rounds. Joanna Jacek there defeated Ticia Torres in the women's strawweight fight.
She looked great in a couple ways.
Wow. Yeah, she won with a score of...
she dominated her.
They scored it 30-27 across the board, so yeah, that's what, she took, all 3 rounds?
Yep.
Yeah, so...
she looked better than she did in the last 2 fights, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, so maybe Jacek is back.
But...
Yeah, so maybe Jacek is officially back. So yeah, and she said in an interview that she will be champion again, but obviously that's going to take a little while because she got whooped in her last 2 fights with Thug Rose.
Pretty bad too.
Speaking of Thug Rose, when is she set to defend again?
There's a little word, but I would think on December.
Wow, really? Like what?
Maybe even November. Maybe in November in the Garden.
Yeah, because I was going to say, why hold her off so long and yet Jacek is right back in there? I don't get it with UFC.
I don't get it. Well, she could be injured. I have no clue on that.
Yeah, well, after beating the crap out of Joanna, I figured she would be the one injured. But,
well, maybe she broke her fist.
Punching her so hard in the face. Good grief. This next one you were talking to me about, this one ended in the first round, 4 minutes, 19 seconds. Jose Aldo defeated Jeremy Stevens via TKO from punches.
He beat the hell out of him, man. This is the best Jose has looked in, 5 years.
Yeah.
This is the Jose that everybody feared and nobody wanted to fight.
Yeah, he's back, bro.
Keep in mind, Stevens is no pushover.
Yeah, so there you go. And, of course, in the main event, it was, second round TKO in 4 minutes and 5 seconds. Round 2, Dustin Poirier defeats Eddie Alvarez.
That's Dustin the Diamond Poirier. You need to get that right.
Oh,
Screech.
Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah. My gosh.
Real name, by the way, not made up. Really what he calls himself. Dude, I guess he was a favorite going into this. Personally, I would have said Eddie was a favorite. And Eddie was made to look like a complete fool, man. It was embarrassing.
He beat the former 2-time Bellator lightweight champion and former UFC lightweight champion, Eddie Alvarez.
Easily.
Man.
So, I'm sure we're going to talk about Conor, because that's a big thing right now.
Yep.
Conor's next fight, which we'll probably get into, is probably going to be against Khabib Nurmagomedov. If either one of those guys falls out, I don't see how they don't put Dustin Poirier in there. He's right there now.
He's
the guy.
One. The guy. Big league. The guy.
He's huge. He's only 155 pounds. He's huge.
Well, and I know you are getting ready for UFC 227, Dillashaw versus Garbrandt 2.
And Cejudo versus Johnson 2.
Yes. As of the posting of this, you are officially 3 days away, taking place in the Staples Center in Los Angeles.
I cannot wait, especially for Garbrandt and Dillashaw.
So far on the main card, We've got Cub Swanson versus Renato Moicano.
That's going to be a good one.
Poliana Viana versus J.J. Aldrich. Women's strawweight. Middleweight
Aldrich
fight.
is pretty good.
Middleweight fight. We got Thiago Santos taking on Kevin Holland for the flyweight title.
That could be a sleeper fight.
Yeah, I don't know either one of those. Either one of those guys.
They're really good, man. They're really good.
I'll have to check out this card when it does air. For the flyweight title, Demetrius Johnson will defend against Henry Cejudo. I know you're looking
Henry Cejudo, the only Olympic gold medalist in MMA history.
The most decorated person in MMA history. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I had to throw that one in there. Bring it back to wrestling. And then the main event, Bantamweight Championship, TJ Dillashaw defends against Cody Garbrandt. That is, unless somebody gets hurt.
It's too close. I don't think it's going to happen. And I can tell you for a fact, all four of those guys always make weight, so that won't be a problem. So that's, we'll be fine there.
Well, who else is going to miss weight and suck? My favorite line from you.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, the big news, real news from the UFC world on Thursday.
Straight from Fox.
Well, this last card was on Fox, courtesy of MMA Fighting. On Thursday, July 26th, Conor McGregor appeared in a Brooklyn court to officially agree to a plea deal in regards to his chaotic April 5th appearance at the Barclays Center, where he and several associates rampaged throughout the loading area following a media day for UFC 223. McGregor pled guilty to 1 count of disorderly conduct and will have to participate in 5 days of community service, as well as up to 3 days of anger management evaluation. He will also pay restitution for the damages to the bus. However, the incident will not go on his criminal record, and perhaps most importantly for the Irishman, his travel visa is unaffected.
That probably was the most important. I didn't even think about that.
Yep. Dana White told TSN, Conor has faced a lot of repercussions. Conor has lost a lot of money and a lot of time, and yeah, Conor and I are good. We're good.
Okay, 2 things. Number 1, a lot of money. He's got Mayweather money now. He's fine.
Yeah, dropping the bucket money.
And two, of course they're fine. That's his biggest draw.
The money maker. That's like Mrs. Face.
Yeah, right. Really is.
So yeah,
oh, man.
That's like.
Of course they're good. Now he's going to go make a marquee fight in Madison Square Garden between him and Khabib Nurmagomedov. I guarantee you it's going to happen on November 4th.
Well, that's like.
I bet my life on it, unless someone gets hurt.
Well,
that's the fight they're going to make.
That'd be like them arguing over, well, it looks like Dana White and Brock Lesnar are on the outs. It's like, no, Brock can make him money.
Exactly.
Dana White will never be on the outs.
It's like throwing away a pot of gold, dude.
Yeah.
Here, I don't need this.
Yeah, he will never be on the outs with anybody that can make him money. Like, that's a fact. He's like Vince. If Vince sees dollar signs in you, he'll let you back every time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, how many people has he brought back over the years?
Vince? Yeah, but
yeah,
he leaves that door wide open to all the people that have, either done him wrong or he's done them wrong or, some combo. I mean, he let the Warrior back. He let Hogan back multiple times. Yeah, just like everybody. Friggin' Stone Cold took his ball and went home. They literally crapped on him on WWE TV, and he came back. So, there you go.
Yep.
Just like literally, the only person
Why
who
do you think you would let The Rock back?
Yep. The only person who didn't ever come back and who was on the outs with WWE until his untimely demise was the Macho Man Randy Savage. Think about that.
That sucks. Currently CM Punk, but I still think one day he'll be back. So
perhaps he's getting up there, and I mean he's not like old or anything, but he's getting up there, so he's wasting a lot of time playing fighter right now. And I guess
he'll be back.
He's a comic book writer now as well, so I don't know. But yeah, I mean we all know
they'll all come back.
We all know the rumors as to why the Macho Man was on the outs, and Bruce Pritchard.
The rumors and innuendo.
Yeah, Bruce Pritchard himself says he doesn't know for sure, and he doesn't believe it. However, he says they were, like, everybody was told flat out, don't bring him up. He's gone. He's not coming back. Don't even mention him. So that should tell you something. I don't know. But anyway, back to the let's get away from our scripted wrestling here. Back to the MMA news. According to the industry sources,
what's going on with me?
Wow. According to industry sources, the current estimate for UFC 226 on pay-per-view is 380,000 buys, which is in line with how the early returns were trending. It would put the July 7th show in line with January's UFC 220 for the biggest number so far this year.
Yeah, 26 was a good card.
Yep. I believe 227 will beat it, but that's just me.
Well, yeah, Garza and Dillashaw's been boiling over for a while now, so.
And you got Mighty Mouse defending against Cejudo. So.
And this could be Mighty Mouse's last fight in that division. I mean, he's swiped it out now. He has no choice but to move up.
Yeah.
So.
Like, who else does he have?
This is the second fight.
Yeah.
Nobody. He's beaten everyone, and he's already going through it again. He reminds me of Anderson Silva in his heyday.
Yep.
Just start over.
Just keep whooping him until somebody finally steps up.
Yep.
I don't know. Well, yeah, because it's like, what the hell else does he do?
I mean, the dream match right now is him and TJ Dillashaw. But
yeah, one of them will have to either step down or step up, or they could have a catchweight fight, I guess.
They've already fought once. Dillashaw's his only loss. Like, Mighty Mouse only has one loss. It's TJ Dillashaw.
Wow.
But like now, they're both huge names, so now it's more of a super fight.
Well, if they both win on Saturday, it could be.
Yeah, if they both win, I don't know how you don't make that match for December.
Yeah.
I don't know how you don't do it.
Yep, because, man, I don't know what. I mean, I'm sure Dillashaw has other contenders in the bantamweight division. I don't know, but
yeah, bantamweight's pretty stacked. But this is a fight everyone wants.
Yep. Well,
and I think Demetrius Johnson moving to that weight class because of what he's done, I think that warrants an immediate title shot. I mean, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, why not? He's already established.
Right. Well, the one fight that you wanted to see that has been pulled off of the card, as we mentioned last week, due to a broken nose, Volkan Ozdemir was pulled from the fight against Alexander Gustafsson, and they just scrapped that fight altogether. No replacement.
Yeah, because Gustafsson is hurt too.
Seriously? Wow.
Yeah, so it was never going to be replaced, unfortunately.
Good grief. I hadn't heard the news about
this is the
Gustafsson.
thing, man. Every time I go to a Staples Center UFC event, someone gets hurt. I think Weidman got hurt the last time when he was supposed to fight Vitor for the middleweight title.
Yep, I'm seeing
pretty ticks.
Right now, MMA Junkie. Yeah, scrolling through the news, I just saw that. I'm trying to figure out what happened here. As I said, Ozdemir bowed out with a broken nose. Gustafsson out with a minor injury. Injury occurred last week. As of this, it'll be 2 weeks ago. Since that time, we have been working closely with the UFC doctors, our doctors in Sweden, and the experts at the UFC Performance Institute. We have been advised that Alex has a minor injury and he will not be permitted to compete at UFC 227. But they don't say what the hell his injury is. So, I don't know. Oh, well,
he's still waiting for Cormier, but I don't think Cormier is going to fight at 205 anymore, so
yeah.
That's just my personal thought.
Yeah, Gustafsson hasn't fought since last May.
Yeah, it's been a while.
He last beat Glover Teixeira, so it's been over a year since Gustafsson fought, and he's still number 5 in the latest USA Today Sports light heavyweight rankings. I mean, who else is there? When you haven't fought in over a year and you're still number 5, is that division just like that weak?
Yep.
Yeah,
I mean, it's been on pause too because Cormier was hurt, and now he's a double champion, and is he going to still fight in that division? I assume he's not going to defend both titles, but I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't know what his plans are, but I think he's going to stay at heavyweight personally.
He should. I mean, why move down? Why defend both titles? It's just, I don't know. That's a lot of work. I mean, if I were him, I'd just give up the light heavyweight championship and just let it go.
Well, he doesn't want to fight Cain Velasquez, which eventually is going to happen.
Yeah, if he's going to be heavyweight champion, yeah. Like, you can't get around that because, because Kane's not going to never get another title shot.
I think he may be a liar when he comes back.
Maybe DC will drop the belt to one Mr. Brock Lesnar, who will then drop the belt to Kane.
For the love of God. Yeah, right.
We'll
I don't know.
see.
He did well against Kane last time. Wink, wink.
Yeah. Well, like I said, he'll get another scar under his other eye, so there you go.
No, he won't, because Kane is right-handed.
Wow. Well, maybe he'll switch it up, go southpaw on his ass. I don't know.
Very, very possible.
Just to make it interesting, he'll go southpaw. Oh, man. We'll see how Lesnar does when he's not doping, by the way. I don't know. His first
We'll be interested to see him against a wrestler who's a better wrestler than him. That'll be very interesting.
Yeah. Well, he's also bigger than Daniel, so he might be able to overpower him in that respect. So, I mean, you never know. From what I heard, he could hold his own against Kurt Angle, who's a freaking wrestling machine. He could probably compete in the Olympics, like, tomorrow. Not in the WWE ring. That's a completely different, thing. But I think Angle is,
Oh, Brock never competes in the WWE ring.
Well, I'm talking Angle, but yeah, no, Brock neither. Yeah, he's playing the hits, man. That's all he does. Suplex, 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 F5. Unless it's Roman. Wow. Unless it's Roman, then it's suplex, suplex, F5, suplex, suplex, F5, rinse and repeat.
Yeah, but don't forget about the 10 Superman punches, too, though.
Yeah, that too. The last MMA or UFC story that I have, Antonio Carlos Jr. will take on Elias Theodoro, or Theodoro? I don't know.
Walk with Elias.
Wow. They will compete at UFC Sao Paulo. I don't know either one of them dudes.
Don't know, don't care, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's taking place in Brazil, where they're going to throw a lot of Brazilians, and we have no idea who the hell they are on that card. So, don't know how hyped I am for that one. But it looks like I don't know, there's UFC Lincoln that they've been building up to, and UFC Sao Paulo.
Yeah, Nebraska.
Yeah. Where are we going? Nebraska. Oh, man, that's going to be a barn burner.
I'm going to get, yeah, literally.
Yeah, you're going to have the show in the damn barn. My gosh. But yeah, so that's kind of a light week. Some big stories, but kind of a light week as far as UFC news. We covered some news that, as I said earlier, I didn't even know happened. So there you go. But yeah, that's you got anything else that I hadn't touched on?
Yeah, they set Fedor versus Chael Sonnen for October 13th. That's official. But anyways, it's actually going to be the day after the other fight, or the day before, one of the other two, between Bader and Mitrione. That'll be interesting.
What year is this?
I know, right?
Freaking Bellator, man. It's like 10 years behind
Bader
the
and
times.
Mitrione's not that weird. But the thing there is Bader's the light heavyweight champion. He's facing a heavyweight in a heavyweight tournament. So, and Chael Sonnen is a freaking middleweight, so he's fighting 2 weights above.
I know. Bellator is all kinds of messed up, man. I don't even know what to say about it.
Freak show is what it is.
Well, yeah, they're thinking about letting 50 Cent get in the cage.
I'm not lying. I'm not gonna lie though. I am gonna watch Chael Sonnen versus Fedor.
Well, hell yeah, he'll talk your eyes onto the screen.
It's intriguing to me. I want to see it.
I think we all do, which is odd. I don't know.
Well, there you go. We talk crap about Bellator, but there you go. We just said it.
Yep. Well, while we're on the Bellator news here, just real quick. Somebody named Paul Redmond signs with Bellator. Apparently, he's an Irish lightweight and former UFC fighter. So
he's probably friends with Conor McGregor.
Yeah, he's like 14-7 is his record, and he's coming off of
he sucks. Okay.
Yeah, and he's coming off of a knockout loss to. I'm not even going to try. Grejjan Zadzinski. Man, I don't know. That was my old college try. But anyway, he came off of a loss to that guy. Yeah, that guy. A couple of more bookings just popped up for UFC recently. Alex Oliveira will take on Neil Magny at UFC Sao Paulo.
Neil Magny still fights. Wow.
Is he old?
No, not really. He's just not that great. I guess great enough to keep getting fights up.
By the way, I just found this. I thought that was funny. The guy I mentioned earlier from UFC on Fox 30, Olivier Aubin Mercier. I guess his nickname is the Canadian Gangster.
I thought that was George St. Pierre.
No, he's Rush. So I don't know. But the Canadian Gangster, really? Like, do they have gangsters in Canada? That just seems like an oxymoron. I don't know. Another booking here real quick. Peter Yan versus Douglas Silva de Andrade is booked for UFC Moscow. So I don't know if you know either one of them guys.
Nope.
Yeah.
When they go to a new market, I think Russia's like the first time they're going there, they usually bring in a lot of like fighters from there. They're like big names over there. So
nice. Well, this isn't really much of a story, kind of, but it says coach here. Jose Aldo's head coach, Andre, starts with a P. That's as far as I'm going. Andre P. On Thursday night at Media Day for UFC on Fox 30, said that he said that Jose Aldo has got to be on a list of all-time greats, along with George St. Pierre, Anderson Silva, and Daniel Cormier.
I wouldn't argue that.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know what kind of reaction
not
I
going
would
off
get
the past
from
couple of years, but like, yeah. I mean, he was definitely one of the best ever.
Well, there you have it, folks. If you disagree, send all your hate to Greg. Just
yeah.
Just
and
look
if you do, I'll give you a call in the middle of the night and curse you out. Not because I'm mad, not because I'm a fanboy, but just because I want to.
Yeah, because it sounds fun. Like, why the hell not? It's at Athletics Fan. Just look him up. Just at him, okay? At me, bro. But yeah, so that appears to be the last of the MMA news. I'm not going over it. There's some news out of Brave. I don't know what the hell that is.
No, just skip it.
Yeah, there's some news out of One Championship.
This is the worst thing I can say about it. It's lower than Bellator.
Man. Well, I mean, like it or not, Bellator is the number 2 MMA company in the world right now.
It certainly is number 2. You got that right.
Wow. Oh, man. There's news out of One Championship, but I know you don't follow it, so I'm not even going to talk about it. Yeah, so that's basically everything. I'm seeing a couple other stories out of One, but it's just, who watches it? Like
the marks, bro.
The MMA marks, bro. And then they watch that and they're, my God, this is so much better than UFC. These guys know how to book properly.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
At least with New Japan as a following, with stuff like that, no one even gives a damn.
People show up because they're like, ooh, people punching each other in the face. Sure, I'll buy tickets.
Ooh, $2 beer.
Yeah. Man, I'll say this. I got a beer at the U.S. Bank Arena here in Cincinnati. $8. I was like, kiss my butt.
Well, okay. Get ready for this then. AT&T Park, San Francisco Giants. True story. Their beer is $20 a cup. I am not joking.
Is it a large cup? I mean, not that that's defensible, but
I don't know. I just know it's $20 a cup. That's all I know.
Mother of God.
It's been on the news everywhere. It's like the highest priced cup in all of baseball.
Why?
I don't know.
Oh, my gosh.
I don't know.
Here's an odd stat I heard years ago. Just a real quick thing while we're on the subject of baseball fields. You know how you can pay for them to put a graphic up on the screen if you want to propose at a ball field? Believe it or not.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, the most expensive ball field, last I checked, to do that in was Dodger Stadium.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Seriously? Dodger Stadium?
It is the biggest. I think it's the biggest baseball stadium in all of baseball. So.
Ugh, man. Okay. Well, whatever. I don't know.
Why don't you just tweet at them before the game starts, when you're in the stadium, and they put it up on the screen for free if your tweet gets on.
Either that or I don't know if they comb through those very well, because they might be looking at it and they're like, whoa, you didn't pay us. But all right, that's all the MMA news I have that's worth a damn, and even some that's not worth a damn. So there you go. We threw in some extras just to pad this thing out. But, yeah, Greg, so I read my list. Ramon read his list. Unfortunately, he is not here to hear yours. But, yeah, so what's...
Unfortunately, he's off, big things about to happen for him, man.
He's living his dream. He's cutting promos on Facebook Live and, getting some pointers. So... That's
yeah, if all goes right, he'll be out there and hang out with you soon.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, him and his frickin' Joey Ryan t-shirt. That thing was something else, man. All right, bro, you got...
I smell Joey Ryan coming to...
You can smell AIDS?
All right, let's definitely move on now.
Yeah, all right. All right, bro, what have you got... What do you got for your top 5 wrestling talk shows there, Hulk Brogan?
Oh, okay. Yeah, these 5 shows were all so good, they made the list.
Bro!
All right. Oh, we got a couple mixes in there. Number 5, I said, A Flair for the Old. I mean the gold.
Wow. You went with... You and freaking Ramon both made that Hollywood Blondes reference.
Yeah. I said Flair for the gold.
Alrighty. Yeah. That same position I had it on mine too.
It was, it was the debut of Shockmaster and Paul Roma, man. Come on,
yeah,
man. That show was just epic.
Got to make it on the list. Smoking Bro Frazier.
Wow. That was a good one. Number 4, maybe one of my favorites is the highlight reel.
Number 4? You should be ashamed of yourself, but all right.
Sorry, I like the other 3 better.
How dare you? You know what? Just for that, you just made the list.
Bro.
Brose Aldo.
We're going to slit his throat, bro. All right.
What the hell?
Man.
I don't even get that one. I don't know if I want to get that one.
That's what Vince Russo said about how Austin's going to beat Kane in the first blood match. Remember?
Oh my gosh! Yes.
Pritchard talked to him and goes, "How are you gonna bust Kane open? And he's completely covered in clothing." He goes, "Bro, he's gonna slit his throat, bro.
He's gonna bleed all over, bro." My gosh! Then he's gone forever.
Oh, my God. This is real, folks. This is not made up.
Yep, this stuff was said.
It's in the archives. Go check it out. BrucePritchard.com.
Wow.
All right. You got to cross-promote.
YouTube.com/SummerWrestle.
Podcast, by the way. I just got to say.
Yeah. It makes the list, bro.
Number 3, I said Miz TV.
Wow. Oddly enough, I thought you'd have that higher. But, okay. Because I know you're a huge Miz mark, so...
I kind of am. Yeah.
Does that mean you're a Miz Marquee? Get it? Like Biz like Biz Marquee.
I get it.
All right, sorry. That was really bad. But anyway.
It got a laugh. I was sad at Miz TV, the one he dedicated to Roddy Piper. I was really sad. But
man. Yeah.
I think that's the only one I've been to.
Oddly enough, or is it weird that it's like it's not the highlight reel, which was the direct ripoff of it. No, it's the ripoff of the ripoff of it that was dedicated to the original. Yep. That's funny.
Yep. Number 2, I said The Cutting Edge.
You like The Cutting Edge better than those last 2 you mentioned?
I did, yeah.
I forgot how much of an edge mark you were. Not that I didn't
you
like whatever. But,
dude, when he retired, I cried, bro.
Seriously? I was upset, but I didn't cry. I think the only thing that I cried about in wrestling, two things was that I can remember off the top of my head. Maybe a couple other deaths, but it's always been deaths. It was like the death of Owen, the death of Eddie. I didn't cry with Benoit. It upset me, but I didn't cry. Then I think I got pretty choked up when Roddy died. That one hit me pretty hard.
Yeah, man, I was at the Raw when they did a tribute to him, and at the Raw when they did a tribute to Heenan. Like, man, why does this keep happening to me?
You're bad luck, dude. What the hell? Quit going to Raw.
Apparently so. So it's always in San Jose, too.
Good grief. San Jose sucks for Raw, man. People keep dying right before they go there.
Sucks, man. That hurt.
I bet.
And also, it was in San Jose a couple years before when I met Piper.
Damn. You got to meet Roddy Piper? Screw you.
Yeah, he was coming out of his hotel, and like we shaking everyone's hands. And my brother and I were on our way to Access, and we passed right by the hotel where they were staying.
Oh, how you doing there, son? Come over here. Let me pet you.
Wow.
That's something Bruce Pritchard said he liked to pet people. I don't know. It was weird.
Oh. Well, hey, good transition, because my number one is Piper's Pit.
Well, you didn't cover number 2, bro.
Yeah, I did. I said Cutting Edge. That's 5.
Oh, I thought that was 3. Yeah. Okay, yeah. You're right. Whatever. I'm off. Whatever, Alphonse Bro Soriano. I'm getting to me today.
He's just off right now because he's really jealous that Ramon's at HCW tryouts, and he's stuck in Cincinnati rooting for his precious Bengals to win all this stuff.
Bite me with that one.
Of all the stuff I just said, that's the one that gets to bite me.
Exactly. Brose Canseco.
That's my favorite one.
I got it. We were at the retirement of Jose Canseco. I called him Brose. How about that? But we were at the retirement of his number. You remember? Or no, I'm sorry. I'm getting it was Jorge Posada.
What are you talking about?
It was Jorge Posada.
Posada.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm getting Jose and Jorge mixed up. My bad. I did. Send your hate tweets
racist, bro.
Send your hate tweets to @PodRestSociety. That was bad. But we were there for that one.
Yeah. And then I didn't know this was a thing, but apparently they do Hip Hip Jorge, or they did.
That one
in Yankee Stadium.
That made me laugh. I would have laughed more if my Indians weren't getting the hell beat out of them, but yeah, it made me LOL. So
I thought it was funny that the woman we were sitting next to, she's like talking to everyone, trying to convince them, are we going to get this Hip Hip Jorge's chant started or what? Are we going to do it? She's like really adamant about it, like they're the only ones in the entire section doing it until like the entire stadium did it.
Wow. Good Lord. Then there was that dude that was like the super Yankee fan down in their Hall of Fame that was like going on, man, and he was like pointing at the statue of like Yogi Berra, and there was like a little kid there. He's like, you know who this guy is, man? Yogi Berra, man. He was like one of the greatest catchers of all time, man. And he looks over you at your Mets jersey. Yo, how many championships you got over there in Queens, man?
You know what's funny? I was just talking about that, Ramon. And what's funny is the Mets actually went to the World Series that year. That's what was funny about the whole situation.
I know. Like,
I know they lost, but they still went. So, like,
how many championships you got here in the Bronx, bro?
Got 27.
Oh, my God.
We only won 5 of them, but we bopped to the 22. It counts, bro.
Holy hell. Send your hate tweets to @athleticsfan, whatever.
It's in the name of why I say that, whatever.
Yeah. Holy hell. Anyway, yeah, so a good way to transition out of that by crapping on other teams, other sports teams. But it is SummerSlam season, bros and broettes. So now that we are officially in August, we're going to do a couple SummerSlam-themed lists, bro. I figure next week we can go over the top 10 SummerSlam matches that weren't the main event. You like that one?
Oh, gee, I wonder what number 1's going to be.
I don't know. I'll have to go back and look at my list. Bro, I actually haven't even...
If you get it wrong, I get to slap you around.
Well, I know one of them involved a ladder, but that's just one of them. Either way.
Another one involved a pole.
Oh, hell yeah. Sounds like my love life. Anyway.
Wow.
Lord, I apologize.
You got a stripper pole in your room? I don't want to know.
Look, don't ask questions you don't want the answers to, okay? That's all I'm saying. But anyway, yeah. I don't know how to close out after that. Just roll credits, people. But
Roll Tide.
Wow. Thank you for joining me today, Greg.
Yeah, it was fun.
And
second half a little more fun than the beginning because, I was tired as hell.
Yep. Yeah, it happens. But all right, we will come at you next week and definitely.
And real quick, next week we'll get an update on Ramon's HCW tryout too.
Oh hell yeah! He'll keep us informed, bro. And also take a look at our YouTube page. I will try to keep it updated with the archives. Later, y'all.
Later.
This has been a Drama City production.